Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Like I said, Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
Please subscribe to Flight Sports TV, hit the like button and leave a comment.
Speaking of pride, I remember when I was eating with pride. All the people mission so you know to see you in time. I'm from a hood where you can stop just for speaking your mind. How much energy, some energy, keep that in mind. They're on the top of my phone, so don't speak.
Yes, sir. We're back. Yes, live and direct. It is official.
Please subscribe to Flight Sports TV, hit the like button and leave a comment.
America, I'm sorry, America. I had some technical difficulties, but let's get this thing started right. Yes, it is official. The LA Luka era has been officially solidified. We are in the LA Luka Laker era as we exit the LeBron James era of the NBA. Now there's a new sheriff in town. Oh my God, this is exciting. People was hating against the Los Angeles Lakers, thinking that Luka wasn't going to sign the extension because the extension was so shrinkage compared to what he would have gotten as a Dallas Maverick. They thought Luka was a money grubber and was so pissed off that he will explore free agency. Can you believe some of these beat writers out here? How they just make up stuff to keep things sensationalized, just to keep the people eyes, interest, and views on their content. It is official. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And please hit the notification bell so you won't miss one iota of an exuberant experience. I'm so excited that I actually missed my monologue. So let me backtrack. Let me settle down. Let me get back into the seat of control because my emotions right now are very chaotic. And that's unlike all access decks. You know, I always keep my emotions in control. I'm the one that extricate emotions out of the panelists and sometimes the chat. So let me not be a victim to my own terror. Okay, slow down, Dex. Luca is in house. He didn't wait 2 or 3 days. He didn't wait a week. He didn't wait a month. He didn't wait a year. He signed immediately for the 3 years extension, max extension that the Lakers were able to offer him monetarily. This is a good sign for Laker fans who welcoming the young stud in Luka Doncic, the five-time all first team all NBA before the age of 25, to the Laker lore and the corridors of the Los Angeles Lakers at the crypto.com arena is echoing and the reverberation is being felt throughout the NBA landscape. And we are satisfied that we have Luka in house for 3 years, at least 3 years. So we have to sell Luka 3 years of excitement in LA because when you look at it in real time, it only took Luka 6 months to decide if he wanted to stay in LA or not. Other teams were waiting in the wings, vying for Luka talent. But no, Luka said, wait a minute, hold up, there's more. And there's more in store in La La Land, not at the Intuit Dome, who was fishing for Luka's talent, not at the American Lions Arena down in South Beach, who was fishing for Luka talent, but in La La Land. And all of the facade of Hollywood and all of the fantasies of Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard, Luka nested himself in purple and gold. And guess what? Laker fans, are satisfied. Yeah. Do the Los Angeles Lakers have the premier future face of the NBA? I mean, you couldn't, Spike Lee couldn't write a better script than this. A man from far, far away, very young man, been playing basketball professionally as a teenager. Somehow, some way, there was a irreconcilable difference in his marriage in D-Town. And his partner filed for divorce. Not Luca. Luca didn't file for divorce. Luca was somewhat satisfied, right? We didn't hear Luca barking about any disgruntlement. We didn't hear anything coming out of the the Dallas Sentinel that Luca was looking across the terrain and to explore better territory. No, we didn't hear any of that. His partner woke up. I'm speaking about the Dallas Mavericks brass. That executive upper class had woke up and saw this is not the marriage for them. This was only 6 months ago. Luca been divorced for 6 months before he remarried. And the Dallas Mavericks done the unthinkable by filing for divorce. And we was like, okay, I'll give him a shot. You know, you said this, you said that, but I'll give him a shot. One man trash is another man's treasure. And guess what? So far, it looks like LA Luca is the treasure. I just can't believe it. Can you all believe this? LA Luca had the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals against a very potent Boston Celtics team. And so, if nobody passes Boston or even catch up to Boston, then Luca would be on the wrong side of history for the NBA Finals. Because that was the finals that gave one team, speaking of the Boston Celtics, the most NBA championships in the NBA. And who was the opponent? The Dallas Mavericks. Who was the star player on the other side? Luka. Yes, Kyrie was a fulcrum, but Luka was the face. Luka was the placard that you would see coming into the Dallas Mavericks arena. So Luka is the face of the team who gave the Boston Celtics the most championships in NBA history, and come full circle. Luka's now a Laker who is one championship away from tying Boston. Don't you think Luka want to get that 18th in a Laker uniform? Don't you think Luka want to get that 18th in purple and gold? Luka just signed a 3-year deal for $165 million. Well under his worth. Because if nothing had changed in Luka's life, he was qualified to make like 360 million. So he basically got half or more than half left with the Lakers, and he accepted it and signed a multi-year deal. This is fascinating. So we're entering the LeBron Jamesless era, and the Lakers have set themselves up with a high-profile player. Not only will he bring tickets, but he's a superstar in the league at a young age. And let me tell you this: we got Luka, baby.
Speaking of prime, I remember when I was eating with prime. On Peter Mission Soul, you know we see you in time. I'm from a hood where you can stop just from speaking your mind. So much energy, summer energy, keep that in mind. Living in the top of my phone, so don't speak.
As we go into the LeBron Jamesless era, because LeBron James is due to retire 1 or 2 more years. I mean, he's not going to play an average 6 points a game coming off the bench. No, he's not going to do that. His pride, his legacy, his iconic appearances in NBA Finals won't allow LeBron James to do nothing circus like that. You feel me? But he still has his minutes in the NBA on the Los Angeles Lakers, as his second son will be in the league very soon, Bryce. So he will have two sons playing in the NBA as he sits in his rocking chair watching the NBA courtside. And his son is still a Laker. So they want LeBron James to be a part of the Laker family, in the Laker extension, because Magic is coming back if he's not already back. And Magic is the one who recruited LeBron James. And LeBron James accepted Magic pitch 1 minute after free agency begun. So LeBron James was already interested. It just had to be official and legal. So it was recorded 1 minute after free agency was open. 12:01 a.m. on that day, LeBron James became a Laker. Agreed to become a Laker. I'll put it that way. Agreed to become a Laker. Now, listen, LeBron James do not go without fault as a Laker. We're not even talking about prior to being a Laker, because I don't care what LeBron James did prior to becoming a Laker. I'm only concerned with LeBron James personally in purple and gold. Now, and as a fan, I appreciated some of the things he done as a non-Laker. But as a fan, I want LeBron James to do more as a Laker. I want LeBron James to go out a winner. And I think the NBA want LeBron James to go out a winner. So this is why ESPN and a lot of the pundits from FS1 are showcasing the Lakers and pushing forward the agenda that the Lakers should be serious contenders. I mean, if the NBA can give Michael Jordan a GM ship, if the NBA can give Michael Jordan a team, you don't think the NBA in this era would want to give LeBron James as a going away gift a fifth championship? So we have to see how that unfolds. But Luka is a Laker. And so what if you don't like it? Now, listen, thank you, America, for coming in and enjoying this flight sports experience. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And most definitely hit that notification bell so you won't miss one iota of an exuberant experience. We thank you, America, for coming in and sharing this moment with us on this Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, depending on where you at in the 72 world time zones. Well, listen to this. With all of the cheers that the Laker fandom have by securing Luka for the next 3 years, we get Luka Magic, we get LA Luka, we get Luka Laker for 3 years. This dog and pony show would carry on. It would be exciting. It would be fantastic because the Lakers ownership is coming in with the whop of money. This is not the genie bus era where money was scarce, because it was a family ran business. So, it's different when it's a conglomerate coming in. When you have multi uh, fiduciary funds investing in an entity. So therefore, money will never be an issue. There will only be rules that will confine the Lakers to what they can and cannot do. It will not be money. It will be only rules. And that's how we Laker fan wants it. Because when we look over the hills, Agora Hills, Signal Hills, Beverly Hills, all of the hills in LA County, we see nothing but multi-million dollar homes on these hills. So therefore, our perspective on our beloved chosen preference of a sports team have to exemplify that kind of aesthetic. Wealthy, rich, luxurious, elitist, exuberant, ostentatious. Because other than that, we will not support the franchise. And every franchise that came to LA that didn't exemplify they want to spend to win end up having to vacate. We gave them their eviction notice. The only team that left that broke the hearts of LA fan base was the Raiders. They didn't want the Raiders to leave. Raiders just won a Super Bowl in LA. But Oakland forced the Raiders back to Oakland. We did not evict we did not evict the LA Raiders. Oakland forced them back legally. Get your ass out of LA back to Oakland or we're suing your ass. And we're gonna give you a new stadium. You want to play in that old 100-year Coliseum? Or you want your new stadium back up in Oakland in the Bay Area and we drop all lawsuits pending? All other teams fell by the wayside because they didn't get the support because they wasn't winning. LA, Los Angeles, is known as the city of champions. We went through the Forum, the LA Forum, the Fabulous Forum, the Staples Center, now Crypto.com Arena. They need a championship in crypto because the race to the finish line in the city of LA for both teams, Clippers as well as LA, is who will win a championship in their prospective new arena or renamed arena. Clippers got booted out of crypto. So can they beat the Lakers to the finish line? Or will the Lakers beat the Clippers to the finish line? Because now Although Balmer have superseded financially everybody in the NBA, but now the Lakers have a new bully on the block with gigantic funds at their resources. So now they can compete because the rules will not allow Balmer to exceed boundaries. So the Lakers, with their new buyer, new ownership, can come in and match funds with the Clippers. Where Jeannie Buss, was a little hesitant because it was a family ran business. She had to stay within the margins financially. But now that's all gone, baby. LA Luka is in the building for 3 freaking years. And you know what? Let's explore. According to CBS Sports, there's an article written by, very in depth, I might add, by Sam Quinn. And he highlights the winner and losers of the Luka Doncic signing this 3 year player max extension. He didn't get the super max, but this 3 year contract extension is worth $165 million. And this deal will keep him with the Lakers for the foreseeable future, giving them, Lakers, every opportunity to build a championship roster around them, and sadly breaking the hearts of several teams that surely would have liked to pursue him, speaking of Luca, as a free agent. So, in that spirit, let's look at the winners and losers of the Doncic extension. Winner, Luka Doncic. Well, there's an obvious financial component of this. Doncic guaranteed himself a lot of money. While he already earned generational wealth playing professional basketball, he continued to add to an already lucrative career with yet another well deserved max contract. Any player signing for this much money with any team, I may add, is going to be a winner in that arrangement. But of course, let's pump our brakes here. As a Laker fan, I'm not going to hold you to any misinformation or misleading information. This isn't just any team. These are the Lakers. Given the sheer shock of the move and the on the fly nature of integrating him during the season, the Doncic acquisition, listen now, carefully felt a little tenuous. He was playing with the remnants of a roster designed for other players. This wasn't a Luca roster. We all know this wasn't a Luca roster. This is why Rob Pelinka has made it his business to be very intuitive, as as well as very uh, conscious that he knows that wasn't a Luca roster, and suck up some pride and ego and switch this roster all around to placate Luca and his talent. We know this is Rob Palinka's mindset. Rob Palinka is auditioning to keep his job. And the way Rob Palinka has moved this fast, he has never moved this fast under Jeannie Buss stewardship. Now we can say, okay, what about Anthony Davis and all that? That was Rich Paul play. That was not Rob Palinka play. Rob Palinka didn't have the power or the influence to pull off such a tremendous trade and mortgage the future of the Los Angeles Lakers, giving away that much youth for Anthony Davis and to get only one championship in return. And that championship, some say, come with an asterisk because there was no road game. Some say come with mouse ears because it was played in Disney World. So a lot of people didn't give the Lakers the credit for that championship, even though someone had to win. They had to be crowned the champion, and it so happened to be the Los Angeles Lakers. And it's not their fault that they were the best team in the bubble. Some say that championship was diminished because a lot of players didn't want to play. Players wanted to go home. There was protests going on. Black Lives Matter was at its apex. And a lot of players bought into the Black Lives Matter agenda and wanted to leave the bubble, cancel the season, and be with their families during these crises and chaotic times during the pandemic. This was the first time the world has ever been shut down. At least in the modern era. I don't know what it was in BC times. I don't know what it was in right after the BC times, the AD times. But I'm just happy to see that I actually witnessed the actual world being shut down. I'm talking about a technological world being shut down in its totality. Then slowly reopen to a segment of the financial era or that area, financial area of the world. And that's mainly was transportation. Because we know transportation is the hub of the world. I don't care about technology. I don't care about all this fancy stuff. It's always transportation. A drone is transportation. Helicopter, transportation. Airplane, boats, semi truck drivers, trains, transportation. That's the hub of the world. They try to get people to think otherwise because they don't like people to strike in the transportation field or industry because it hurts the economy badly. I mean, really badly. So they try to detract from that focus that transportation is such a key and vital part of the world's market. But nevertheless, the Los Angeles Lakers happened to win in that chaotic and unknown era of the modern world. So Rob Pelinka now, after moving away all Magic Johnson picks, basically getting the Magic Johnson touch out of LA and trying to put his own touch on LA, he was undergoing a coaching carousel. So you had the Clutch Sports influence and you had Laker influence, a civil war between the two. Now it seems with LA Luka, that civil war has been won. And it's been won by the Lakers. Because AD got traded, Clutch Sports client, without Rich Paul knowing. Rich Paul might have found out after the deal was consummated. Rob Pelinka might have called him and said, "Hey man, we're trading AD." And Rich Paul probably said, "Hold up, man. Let me call you right back." And by that time, the trade, everybody John Doe has been on the ink. It's been on the paper. So that war is over. We know with Magic Johnson coming back in, we know Magic Johnson and LeBron James had a fallout through Magic exit because LeBron James didn't do his due diligence when it came to Magic Johnson exerting his influence. He needed LeBron James. And this is why he needed LeBron James prior to his exit. And this would determine Magic Johnson saying, you know what, y'all can have it. Because LeBron James and Rich Paul surreptitiously was vying for power and influence in La La Land. Unbeknown to Magic, because Magic think it's a team. Oh, we all brothers. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do this power move, and we might could end up owning the team if we do it right. Because Genie wants to sell. See, Magic already know the inside intel. You remember Magic went on ESPN in front of Stephen A. Smith saying that if Genie want to sell a team, I'll be first in line to buy it. Why would he say that? What would give Genie Bus a reason to sell a team? The team is profitable. There was a third most profitable team in the NBA behind Golden State, New York Knicks, and then you had the Lakers. What would make you want to sell a team at that time? And you wasn't even winning. You wasn't even paying anybody. It was all profit. You just scored this lucrative deal. Well, not excuse me. You scored the lucrative deal with Kobe, but you got the extension under Lonzo Ball. See, they ain't telling you this. You got that lucrative TV deal under Lonzo Ball because there was so much going on with Lonzo coming into the NBA. Once the Lakers draft him, the fan base exploded. So they was able to eat the most lucrative TV deal ever in Lakerland. That deal was only surpassed by LeBron James, I think last year or something like that. Think about that. You're not even winning. Lakers not even winning. But they got Lonzo Ball. They got this stellar potential all-world player who his dad nomenclature Lonzo as Steph Curry with the 40-inch vert, right? Magic bought in on it. Magic said his jersey would be put in the Raptors. It would replace mine. He would break all my records. This is the potentiality of Lonzo Ball. It wasn't kinetic, but it was potential. You see where I'm going now? So LeBron James ended up getting Lonzo and crew up out of there because he wanted, like I said, he wanted to wield power and influence within the Laker organization. So one of the players that the fans really love, it could be a potential problem to what I'm trying to secure here, could be Alonzo Ball and LeVar Ball circus. So let me move that out the way. That's one pawn piece off the chessboard. And let me allow Magic to go through turmoil and hell trying to get his agenda across while I'm not really supporting it. When they ask me, LeBron James, how you feel about Magic doing this and doing that? Hey man, I'm just a basketball player. Okay, well LeBron James ain't with it. So we can take on Magic ourselves. And Magic ain't gonna go too much against us because we the one help. Well, my dad and the family helped Magic get to where he's at. So he's not Magic's not the type to double cross nobody. So I'm just gonna fall back, according to Magic. I'm gonna fall back. But all the while, Magic knows that Jeannie Buss wants to sell a team. She was tired of the tenuous uh, continuation trying to fight for a championship and to spend money to do it. Her dad was a competitor. Her dad was a gambler, just like her brother. Jerry and Jim Buss are big time gamblers. So when they pursue contracts, and Jerry West knows this. So when they pursue their contracts, they have that gambling mindset. I'm going all in, and let's see who's going to call me or fold. Jeannie doesn't have that kind of mindset. Jeannie is very much passive. Jeannie likes to have the sure thing because Jeannie was part of she was very successful in advertising. So that whole section of the Los Angeles Lakers, when it came to advertisement, that was Jeannie Bussfield. And she made a lot of money advertising for the Los Angeles Lakers. Had nothing to do with on court competition, dealing with personalities, dealing with in game situations, dealing with family affairs. That wasn't her spiel. It was just advertising. So when she took over the team for Jim Buss, now she have to pour herself into that. And by her being the type of female that she is, freelance, socialite, love the upper elite party scene, hippie. That wasn't her style. That cramped her style. Jeannie is not trying to care about everybody, even though that's the facade she tries to play. She's not trying to care about everybody. Jeannie is trying to get shit done. So now this new ownership is taking over for the Lakers. They're going to put the money out there because they've been winning with the Dodgers. They've been winning with the Kings. Remember, they got a championship under the Los Angeles Kings. They got a championship on the Los Angeles Dodgers. So you don't think in their egotistic billionaire ways that they want to get a championship under the Los Angeles Lakers? You don't think Luka Doncic feels this? You don't think Luka Doncic has bought in on this? Luka. Yes, LeBron won a championship his second year in LA. But that was eons ago, according to Laker fans. That was nearly 6 years ago. That's too long. Luka, you can start a whole new era of Laker basketball if you buy in and sign this extension. Yeah, I know it's a low ball compared to what you would have gotten, but that's not our fault. We didn't initiate that, Luka. What we're trying to do is start anew. You sign this 3 year extension. The next time you're eligible, we're going to pay you every dime that you deserve. So in hindsight, you probably won't lose nothing. We're going to have you on all kind of commercials. We're going to put you in movies. We're probably going to have a documentary of you and your family on Netflix. Luka, the world is your oyster in LA. How far do you want to take this? Crypto.com could be the house that Luka built. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest in the street. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss one iota of an exuberant experience. Now, I know this is an impromptu live, and most of the flight uh, fan base didn't expect us to come on to this at this moment. But we're here. We're here now, baby. And since we're here, you might as well hit the like button. You might as well comment. You might as well participate. Yeah, Chuck. The Olympics is here, and Luca playing for his Olympic team. So it's going to be a lot of great things in LA come next year, come this basketball season next year because everything is headed towards the Olympics, and it will be a great thing for the Los Angeles Lakers to come out of the season going into the summer as NBA champions. So that's something we have to watch out for because we all know the NBA loves a great storyline, and what greater storyline you can have when you have Hollywood involved, right? So we're going to see how that fares out. But I want to thank everybody that came on Flight Sports TV to enjoy this live. We're going to come to a close. We just want to express and elaborate and put on record where we stand with the Luka trade. We want to also do that with the Luka extension and how it affects the LeBron-less era coming into the new era of the NBA where Clutch Sports doesn't have the influence that it once had when LeBron James was an apex predator of the league. So shout out to everybody that came through. On your way out, hit the like button. And if you miss the beginning of it, there's going to be a portion of the stream that went silent, and that was due to technical difficulties. But we straightened it out. And from that point, I made sure I put in potent information that you will probably hear throughout the YouTube landscape. You know how they do it. They listen to Flight Sports TV on the replay, snatch some of the speaking points, and then put it in their own flavor. Because a lot of things that we put out there are new and it's information that has been withheld, but we're breaking it. So in this live, there's some very vital information that was dealing with the Los Angeles Lakers. And if you didn't know, go back and rewind it and check it out. And like I said, dismiss or fast forward through the silent part because there are some technical difficulties. But we got that straight. Everything was good. Luka is a Laker. He's official LA Luka now. And the Lakers is moving into an era that will be LeBron Jamesless. Bronny James will be a part of that era. And this is why Bronny James is coming on strong. Because he know his dad future in the NBA is coming to an end. And he wants to uphold that James legacy and keep that lineage at a upscale pace. He want to make sure that the barometer don't drop too far. I mean, we know it's going to drop because LeBron James is one of a kind, right? He's one of one. So we know it's going to drop, but Bronny, in his mind, don't want it to drop too far where now the James name is irrelevant. And Bryce is coming in, and Bryce will have the same mentality. But before Bryce get to that mentality, Bryce have to matriculate through the draft and acclimate himself on the team that drafts him. Then 2 or 3 years down the line, Bryce can develop that mentality as well to upkeep the name at a high standard. And I'm cheering for these young men. I have nothing against LeBron James and his lineage. It's all gravy with me. I'm a Kobe guy, but it's all gravy with me. LeBron James came to be a Laker during the time where the Lakers were down. And LeBron James, in his first year as a Los Angeles Lakers, for all of the dumbass haters, had the Lakers at the number 4 seed before he got hurt. And they stayed around the 6th seed before Zoe got hurt. Once Lonzo Ball got hurt, that was a wrap. Lonzo got hurt, they shut down BI and eventually shut down Kuzma. And they missed the playoffs. And that was the first time in LeBron James' career he missed the playoffs. And that's expected because he got injured, right? You know, if you get injured before the first half of the season, you know what I'm saying? And most people blame Luke Walton for that because they were saying LeBron James was playing extended minutes because Luke didn't want to trust the youngsters. And that's why Luke is not in the NBA anymore. Skip Bayless called him Fluke Walton. Skip, like myself, seen Luka for what he was. We knew what he did in Golden State was a facade. That team was on autopilot. You didn't have to do no coaching. All you have to do is see who was tired and replace them. That was it. And then once he replaced one of the top players, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, soon as they said, okay, man, I'm ready to go back in, there wasn't no judgment. It wasn't no hell of a decision. Soon as they said they was ready to go back in, okay, check yourself back in. Do yourself a favor. He wasn't deliberating on schematics and attacks. It was on autopilot. So we knew that. A lot of us knew that who watched basketball for extended period of time. We knew that Golden State team was on autopilot. So Luke got credit for it by him being a former Laker. Jeannie Buss fell in love with it because, like I told you before, she's not an on the court type person. Even though she can watch from the skybox, even though she can watch from courtside, she only watching for pure entertainment. She's not watching from a business aspect. She's not watching for anything integral. So her approach is a little different, and this is why Clutch Sports didn't respect it. And they basically bullied her, even though it worked out to her favor. The first woman to win a championship, first woman owner to win a championship. It worked out to her favor because she's in history. She's in the history books. So, hey, salute everybody. Thank you, Chuck, man, for ride with me. You know, you have always been one of my cornerstones when I get up here on Flight Sports TV. And I just hope that that space of silence in the beginning of the stream do not discourage anyone from continue on to viewing this live stream because it's good information in there. It's probably some information you never knew. Because every now and then I will put out some information that you never knew. You know, because sometimes I do get some inside scoops and I don't share it right away. I might share it with Flight, but I might not share it with everybody right away. All access decks is out, baby. One more time for Luka. One more.
What up, y'all? It's your man, Freeway Ricky Ross, and you looking at Flight Sports TV. Don't turn that channel.
Please subscribe to Flight Sports TV, hit the like button, and leave a comment.
It's official. Listen to me. It's official. LA Luka is official. I'm saying it's going to be mad hysteria in Crypto.com arena this season. Everything that Luka do will be chaotic and crazy. You can imagine every dribble, there are going to be cheers for Luka on the home court. Shout out to Flight Sports TV for integrating me into the stream and allowing me on the platform. Good looking, Flight. I'm out.
We love it, baby.
Flight Sports TV.